And even though there was a conflict, he didn't care. However, he met a very amazing journalist who had his story, and the journalist wrote his story and posted it online, and a couple of people came together and bought him a flight ticket to Chad, and so to Egypt. So he managed to fly from Egypt all the way, from Chad all the way to Egypt. And after that, Mamadou finally arrived in Egypt. When he got there, it was September. He met with Dr. Nala, and he was awarded a scholarship, full scholarship, to study the passion that he had. Why am I telling you this story of Mamadou? The story of Mamadou reminds me of the story of PRSK. Our journey as PRSK started in 1971. We are now 53 years. This story started 53 years ago. And in this 53 years ago, some of us were not born, including myself. And at that particular point, we only had 20 members. We have grown so beyond 20 members, we are now over 10,000 members. This only tells the story of passion, the same similar passion that Mamadou had. Today, as a society, we are in the National Assembly. We are in Parliament. We are advocating for the Public Relations and Communication Management Bill. This is 53 years later. I was telling my very good brother who is older than me, but he tells people I'm older, Honorable Kaluma, that this is the first parliament that gave us a hearing, and they took over the bill 53 years later. Yes. Mamadou, it really gives me a great sense of pride. Today, we are at the second reading stage in Parliament. I had Noella saying that we should see my elder brother behind the tent. I will make sure I do that, and I will have around 300 of you to accost us so that we can be able to celebrate some wins. But even as we do that, what started 53 years ago was not in vain. There were legends who did this. Humble servants who gave tireless efforts. Allow me to mention their names because it's important to give honor to whom honor is due. Because this journey didn't start with me and my council. We only accelerated and we only got favor. The late Jesse Opembe, the late Michael Danford, Mr. Colin Church, Mr. Shabanji Opuka, Mr. John Mramba, Miss Mudhoni Mudhiga, Dr. John Oscar Macharia, Miss Marianne Juguna, Mr. Koome Mwambia, Kennedy Onyonyi, Mrs. Fatuma Hirsi Mohammed, Mr. Peter Mutie, Mr. Dominic Njoroge Ngigi, Mr. Stephen Wangaji, Mrs. Kentis Tikolo, Miss Grace Munjuri, Miss Jane Gitau, Miss Sylvia Mwichuli, Dr. Wilfred Marube, Dr. Mbugwa Njoroge. These were the legends that got us to where we are. Absolutely. And three of these legends are here with us. Could I please have Miss Grace Munjuri upstanding, Mr. Stephen Wangaji, and Dr. Mbugwa Njoroge. These three legends deserve a hand clap because of the journey they've taken us. A round of applause, please. If you're not clapping, you're jealous. Thank you, sirs. Thank you, madam. As we celebrate the historic milestone where we have reached, I want us to remember we still have a journey ahead of us. Let us celebrate first how far we've come. We may not be like Mamadou, who has reached his goal, but we are certainly walking towards our goal. Happy 53rd anniversary to PRSK. Happy 53rd anniversary to all you PRSK members. May God bless you. May God bless PRSK, and may God bless Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you. President Tariq. I would like to straight on invite Mr. Mboya, representing the CS, Ministry of Information, Communications, to come and make the CS's remarks.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Governor, Madam Gladys Wanga, Excellency Mheshimiwa Peter Kaluma, representing the Speaker, Mr. Arik Karani, the President, the Vice President, and the Council members, representatives of the ministries, departments, and other agencies, good afternoon. It is not very common, or rather I have never been sent to read Waziri's speech before. So when you see me starting to read Waziri's speech, it means good days are coming. Your Excellency, when I was saying to the President of the Public Relations Society of Kenya, it occurred to me that we have started seeing many occasions and events nowadays where the President is not the senior-most person. Maybe we need to find out through Bunge how many presidents can one country have at any one time, because we are having quite many. Straight to Waziri's remarks. I am delighted to join you today for the 2024 Public Relations Society of Kenya Annual Summit, the largest communication conference in Africa. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the PRSK leadership for the excellent organization of this event and for bringing together several public relations and communications professionals from all over Kenya, East Africa, and beyond to Homa Bay. They say the Bay of Endless Opportunities. This year's theme, Elevating PR Council in a Disputed World, is both timely and thought-provoking. We are living in an era of unprecedented global challenges, from the ongoing wars in Sudan and Ukraine to climate-induced calamities such as floods, landslides, famine, and a drought. These crises demand exceptional communication strategies, especially closer home, where national upheavals, including the Gen Z protests, highlight the urgent need for effective government communication. I am particularly pleased to see public communication officers and information officers from across government present alongside professionals from the private sector, academia, development agencies. While we all contribute to nation building, PR and communication professionals are the custodians of public perception of our national brand. Your work has never been more leveraging advanced tools like artificial intelligence, data analytics, and digital storytelling. These technologies are key to building a vibrant digital ecosystem and advancing Kenya's position as a global leader in communication and innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, as the ministry in charge of communications, we are committed to creating an enabling environment for PR and communication professionals to thrive. To address gaps with the sector, we established a sector working group that informed the development of the PR and Communications Management Bill, now in Parliament. This bill, alongside other legal frameworks, aims to build high ethical standards, enhance credibility, and ensure only qualified experts serve in this field. Furthermore, the ministry continues to focus on updating policies, including the National Communications Policy and Strategy, and reviewing key legislation such as the KBC Act and the Kenya AI Strategy alongside the national ICT policies. In the financial year 2024-25, we will expand more initiatives and further empower youth towards catalyzing economic growth through e-commerce and improved service delivery. We also recognize the importance of equipping public communication officers and information officers with the tools to adapt the changing landscape. Through collaborations with institutions like PRSK, we aim to provide more dynamic, relevant, and affordable training programs to enhance the capacity of these professionals. The decisions we make today will shape the narratives of tomorrow. As PR and communication professionals, your expertise is key to creating a more informed, connected, and resilient future. I urge you to continue collaborating across sectors, benchmarking international best practices, and always remaining mindful of our local context. Together, we can position Kenya as a leading voice in Africa and the global PR community. Thank you very much, and may God bless you all.
Thank you, Mr. Omoyo. Tunasema asante kwa waziri na kwa hotuba yake. Tunashukuru sana. We note there's a bit of discomfort in the room because of the heat, and we're informed we are having a downtime. I think we've not had power for a while. The generator has been on, so it's overheated. It's cooling a little bit, so kindly we seek for your indulgence before we can put on the fans. And now I feel really in a bad place that I'm calling the governor to come and make her remarks while the place is quite uncomfortable. Madam, naomba unisamehe, lakini please, thank you.
Thank you very much. Asante sana, Noela. Good afternoon. And feel free to fan yourself. It's not a problem. I hope that the fans will be back up soon. Hey, so it's really nice to see all of you in Homa Bay. I'm wondering whether I'm in Mombasa or I'm in Homa Bay. Yani, it's a great honor to have you guys here. It's a really, really great honor. Our Member of Parliament for Homa Bay Town Constituency, Honorable Peter Kaluma, who's also representing the Speaker of the National Assembly, Right Honorable Wetangula. He's not just representing the Speaker, he's also a member of the Speaker's panel. So there are only 4 members of the Speaker's panel in Kenya, and we are privileged in Homa Bay to have one of them as Honorable George Peter Opondo Kaluma. So we're really, really happy to have him represent this again. And Noela, you said that you want your bill passed, and Arik also said, you know, that you see Kaluma behind the tent. I can tell you, all you have to do is take your phone and tweet something nice about Homa Bay. Then you will tag Kaluma. You know, he's very active on Twitter. Just tag him. And if he sees many PRSK members are tweeting nice things about Homa Bay, your bill will be done. And I can tell you that because I've also a veteran member of parliament, having been in parliament for the last 10 years. And I know you just need one committed member, you know, together with the committee and everybody. And if that member is a member of the Speaker's panel, you're very likely to have your things moving very, very well. So I've given you your Nesiri. Yeah, just tag him. He'll be good. Mr. Karani, our chair, our DVC here in Tom Mboya, Mr. Moyo, CEO of Media Council, and today representing our CS for ICT, distinguished members of the PRSK. I'd like to introduce also my staff who are here with me. Grace Masi Osewe, a CC in charge of communication in Homa Bay. Roslyn Omolo, CC in charge of health, but also a member of PRSK. My political advisor, Julius Gaya. Atieno Otieno back there, a member of the PRSK and Chief Officer Communication. Charles Odiambo, who's also in the communication space, but my Chief of Staff, and several staff who are here whom I can't immediately see. And Pat Ndede, I want to really acknowledge you as a daughter of the soil. Asante Sana, the VP. I saw Joseph Ndegwa here. If you're wondering if I went to school, that was my schoolmate in KU. Unajua, Siku hizi lazima useme nani ulisoma naye. Especially if you're a governor and you know degrees are... So I see he's stepped out of the room, but we were student leaders together in KU. Only I was the Secretary General, na yeye alikuwa mtu yangu ya mkono. I also had a mention of Kennedy Onyonyi, who's also a son of Homa Bay, Mfangano Island. For those of you who will be taking the excursion to Mfangano, Ken Onyonyi is a daughter is a son of Homa Bay, Mfangano. So it's really a great honor to welcome you all to, and I'm happy that the fans are back on, so I'm really glad. So it's a great honor to welcome you all to the Public Relations Society of Kenya Annual Summit 2024, being held right here in Homa Bay County for the very first time. This is the Bay of endless potential. This milestone underscores the evolution of public relations as a critical pillar in governance, economic growth, and sustainable development. The theme of this year's summit, Elevating PR Council in a Disrupted World, is both timely and profound. It invites us to reflect on the critical role that public relations play in navigating complexity, shaping narratives, and driving positive change in an era marked by unprecedented disruptions. As we grapple with a rapidly changing communication landscape driven by AI technology, globalization, and societal dynamics, the role of public relations has shifted from the usual information development and dissemination to strategic leadership. And I think all of us know the last couple of months, what we've been through as a country and what role communication has played in there. And that really shows us that we are in an industry at its time, when it's most needed. Leadership cannot thrive without effective communication in government, business, or civil society. As leaders, we are custodians of trust, and the public relations profession is our trusted partner in this endeavor. And Noella said earlier that in the trust survey, that government officials or government among the least trusted sources of information. So in government, PR is about relaying information and connecting with people's aspirations, fears, and dreams. It is about creating shared understanding and fostering unity in diversity. I have immense respect for the work you do, as it complements our efforts to build transparent and accountable institutions. In Homa Bay, we have witnessed the transformative power of strategic communication firsthand, whether it's through mobilizing communities for health initiatives, advocating for education reforms, or attracting investors to our growing economic zones. Communication remains the bridge between vision and reality. The PR industry faces several challenges that threaten its sustainability and effectiveness. These include erosion of public trust. The fight for credibility has never been more intense in an era characterized by rampant misinformation and disinformation. Fake news and misleading narratives often overshadow factual information, creating skepticism among audiences. PR practitioners must work harder to establish and maintain trust, often by verifying and correcting misleading content before their messages gain traction. And I just wanted to give a question. Maybe you'll answer it later on when you're in your sessions. Is there a limit to how much PR can be done without everything you do being said to be PR? That's food for thought, because in Homa Bay, we communicate the things we do. So sometimes our detractors come and say, "Hiyo tu ni endless PR, see endless potential." So I think that's a question for, if I was here more for the sessions, I would have listened to the answer, but Atieno, who's going to be here throughout, will probably give me the answer that the professionals have given as to, is there an elastic limit for how much you push what you do, that then it is not considered too much PR. Yet, we have a whole set of professionals here whose work is PR. So there's also technological disruptions. Ladies and gentlemen, we must agree that technology has revolutionized how communication is managed and delivered, introducing both opportunities and challenges. Tools powered by artificial intelligence now handle many tasks, from content creation and sentiment analysis to monitoring and analytics. While these tools improve efficiency, they also demand that PR professionals upgrade their skills to remain relevant in a tech-driven landscape. Continuous upskilling and capacity building will ensure effectiveness and relevance at the workplace. Let us remind ourselves that the fast pace of technological evolution means that strategies that worked yesterday may be obsolete tomorrow, forcing constant adaptation and innovation. Policy and regulation gaps. The absence of robust policies and regulatory frameworks continues to hinder the growth and professionalism of the PR industry. Without clear guidelines, PR practitioners have faced ethical dilemmas such as pressure to manipulate narratives or compromise on transparency. PR is often relegated to a supporting function rather than a strategic role in governance and organizational leadership. Policy frameworks must elevate PR to its rightful place as a critical driver of trust and engagement. I'm happy that the Public Relations and Communication Management Bill is well on its course to becoming an act, and with Kaluma's help and Speaker Wetangula. This will bring much needed regulations to bridge the gaps. As we address these challenges, we must redefine our priorities and position PR as an indispensable force in governance and development. In Homa Bay, we are committed to pushing the principles of PR. We are working to institutionalize PR within our government framework, ensuring that every department has dedicated communication experts who align with our vision for growth and inclusivity. In hosting this summit, we hope to position Homa Bay County as a vibrant hub for intellectual discourse, innovation, and investment. And we thank Tom Mboya University really for hosting us here. You may not believe it, but this is a very nascent institution. We only held our first formal graduation in 2022. So it's growing very fast, and we really appreciate the place of Tom Mboya University in the growth of Homa Bay, as well as to really thank Professor Chola, the Vice Chancellor, for all the work that him and you as a team put into this work. So to my colleagues in government and the PR industry, this summit should serve as a clarion call to rethink how we approach public relations practice. We must embrace technology and data-driven strategies to remain relevant, foster collaborations across sectors to amplify impact, and advocate for policies that strengthen the role of communication in governance and development. As you immerse yourselves in the rich discussions of this summit, I warmly invite you to take time, and be told it's on Friday, to explore the natural beauty and cultural treasures that Homa Bay County has to offer. Nestled along the serene shores of Lake Victoria, Homa Bay is a gateway to breathtaking attractions. Many people don't know, but 80% of Kenya's Lake Victoria is in Homa Bay. 6% of Lake Victoria, out of the 100%, is in Kenya. Of that 6%, 80% of it is actually in Homa Bay. Many people, when they think about Lake Victoria, they think about Kisumu city. That's to say the lake city. But actually, the city county is Homa Bay. The lake county is Homa Bay County. So you'll drive right from Karachuonyo, Nyakwere, the other side as you enter Homa Bay, all the way to the end of Homa Bay. You are running by the lake. So please take time to go to the Ruma National Park on Friday. We have 3 of the 5 big 5 rhinos, buffaloes, giraffe, nice, beautiful antelopes, and the Rowan antelope, which is only found in Homa Bay in the entire country. It is only found in the Ruma National Park. Please don't go late when the sun is hot. The animals will be hiding. Go early. You will have a beautiful time out there. And those going to Mfangano Island, Takawiri, we have white sand beaches. Please get ideas there of where you can come back from for Christmas off the beaten path of the coast, the other coast all the time. So you'll also go to Simbi Nyaima. Simbi Nyaima is a mythical crater lake. It is believed that a woman came there and was seeking help, but the men were drinking and they refused to help, and therefore they all sank and went inside and water covered the place. So if you are not on the very right path the day before, if you throw a stone, the stone might come back right at you. So don't try to throw it, because everybody you are with will know that, okay, so, so really, I would like to really express my gratitude to the PRSK leadership for choosing Homa Bay County as a venue for this historic event. Your decision underscores the potential of regional hubs in shaping national conversations, because seeing is believing. And when Noella was saying, when they said we are going to Homa Bay, people were asking, what? Where is that? Where, it is true, because, many people have never stepped in. I don't know how many are in Homa Bay for the very first time in their lives. See, we have a very big number of Kenyans who are in Homa Bay for the very first time, and this is really good in integrating the country and people just seeing what we are not where we want to be yet, but we are getting there. We are pushing to get Homa Bay to be the tourist destination that it is meant to be. We are pushing hard, and I have agreed with the president and the VP and the council that tomorrow evening, if you agree, I will be hosting you to dinner at the lakefront, please do wear your dancing shoes, kwa sababu tutakatika kweli kweli to our local tunes here, and we'll be seeing if PR will be PRing in the dancing as well. So we hope to see you tomorrow evening. This evening, any evening, if you wish, we have the Governor's Park. You can relax there, watch the sunset from there. But tomorrow we will start a bit early, maybe by 5:30 when you finish, so that we can watch the sunset from the lakefront, have dinner, alafu mchezo paka che. Asanteni sana. God bless you, and God bless the PRSK. Asante sana.
Thank you, Madam Governor. Tutacheza mpaka che. Na Madam Governor, najua walikuwa wanasema kwamba hapa Homa Bay kuna vile Kiswahili ilipiga kona. Ni ukweli? Bring the governor's mic. Bring the governor's mic. Bring the mic. Hii Kiswahili nasikia kuna penye ilipiga kona, sijui kapitia which beach. Ni ukweli kwamba hapa Homa Bay Kiswahili ni kama inasumbua watu sana?
Ni kizungumkuti, lakini tunajua kidogo kama akufae kwa dhiki ndiye
rafiki.
Si unaona tunajua?
Najua hata unajua kizungumkuti. Hiyo ni vocabulary kubwa sana. Kizungumkuti ndiposa, ndio maana, swala nyeti, mambo kama hayo. Thank you, Madam Governor. These guys can dance. And everybody, if you are not tweeting, I don't know what you want. In fact, we'll be checking. Let's look at your Twitter handle, ingia to get to the party. Governor, asante sana. We are humbled, we are honored, and we shall be there no matter what. I would like at this juncture to invite Honorable Peter Kaluma, MP Homa Bay, but today he is not MP Homa Bay. Leo amevaa kofia kubwa sana. Tunakuenzi, asante kwa kuja.
Kwa nini haujaweka ile microphone kubwa? Yeah, well, I was saying that to confirm that we know some Kiswahili in Homa Bay. I saw the president of PRSK call the governor before me, and I thought it was the beginning of a very bad joke. As you know, we were in Parliament in the National Assembly with the governor. This is the first county member of Parliament in Homa Bay, and I think the first woman MP in Kenya to chair the Finance Committee. And she did so well. It was a time our economy was very constrained, and Governor, I think those who underestimated your abilities gave you that docket, because it was the time for handshake. So there was the intention that our side of the political divide would be embarrassed. But you did very well. And I know all the finance bills which came before the floor were gladly passed, and Kenyans were happy. And then, so you manifested the ability of Homa Bay County in a very big way. For those who do not know, the governor we have before us is also the only governor, the only female governor west of Rift Valley. And I can confirm to you that she's leading us very well. And so, Governor, allow me to accept or just indicate, signify my acknowledgement of your humility to permit that I speak before you. That I speak after you. I'm being reminded by the PR practitioners here. I have the keynote address of the Speaker of the National Assembly and the head of the institution of Parliament, the Right Honorable Moses Masika Wetangula. But allow me to say three things before I deliver the opening remarks, because after I read through the remarks, I would not say any other thing. First, Your Excellency, with your permission, allow me to welcome all the delegates attending the PRSK Annual Summit 2024 to Tom Mboya University in Homa Bay Town Constituency, its headquarters, Homa Bay County. And I will leave it at that because you've been welcomed by the governor, and because I'm not here as the member of parliament for the area, but in another capacity. Number two, let me also apologize, Your Excellency, for arriving late. The Speaker was to address this gathering from 10 a.m. today. And the leadership of PRSK here present, he was very determined to come here in person. And the decision that I represent him was only made late in the evening yesterday. As you're aware, Parliament is going on recess at the end of this week. We normally do on Thursday. But I'm told this Parliament may extend sittings if it becomes necessary to Friday. There are some bills, critical bills in national interest, Governor, which must be passed for the good of the nation before we go on recess. And so it was only yesterday in the evening when the Speaker said it is now impracticable for him to be here, and I was requested to represent him with a very big team from his office here present with you. So kindly accept the apologies of the Speaker for his failure to be here with you, but also appreciate that he did not just send his message, but he sent his office to be here with you to deliver the message. The third I'll be saying is that as the governor has told you, this is a very special place. Governor, let me honor the Public Relations Society of Kenya for accepting and making the decision to bring the PRSK Annual Summit 2024 at Homa Bay County. Homa Bay County, as you must have noticed, is perhaps, I think it is the most beautiful county in this Kenya. And so you've been told about the shoreline, and Governor, you've made your promises. If they agree, I think I want to urge that you don't wait for the agreement. Number one is that every one of us attending this conference must visit, and this is an order, because I have the authority of the Speaker, Roma National Park, if possible, cross and visit Rusinga Island. There are very many islands around, and you'll discover when you do so how much you've been wasting time searching for white sand beaches across the ocean there in those difficult salty waters. You may want to visit the homeland of your Vice President, and you'll find the best sweet potatoes in the world in Kasipul down across there. When you'll be going back, for those who will be going through Kisumu, stop at a place called Olare, and I know you have the best pineapple in the world, also just across there. Most importantly, for those of you who are Christians and who read the Holy Book, particularly the book of Matthew chapter 4, at verses 8, it speaks about the temptation of Jesus. I know you may not have been told, but it is in Homa Bay County, within Homa Bay Town constituency, up here at Asego Hills, from where Satan tempted Jesus. And I would want to request you later in the evening to go to the hills, because I know tomorrow we'll be busy, you'll be by the lake, and go up the hills. There are hotels and restaurants there, and have a look at town. You may be confused you are in Cape Town. Sometimes you may be confused you are in Rio de Janeiro. But I can tell you, if you read it together with Matthew chapter 4, verses 8, you will know you would be standing at the place of temptation of Jesus Christ. It's a very beautiful county. When you live here, while you are here, say something good about Homa Bay. And everything you want to be done, Your Excellency, the President of PRSK, it will be done. With those many remarks, let me go straight to the address by the Speaker of the National Assembly to the 2024 Public Relations Society of Kenya, PRSK Annual Summit here in Homa Bay County. The Governor of Homa Bay, Her Excellency the Honorable Gladys Wanga, the Cabinet Secretary for Information, Communication and Digital Economy, Dr. Margaret Ndungu, here duly represented by the CEO of the relevant department, the President, Public Relations Society of Kenya, the council members of the society, practitioners in the relevant professions here in attendance, esteemed members and partners, ladies and gentlemen. I'm greatly honored for this opportunity to make the keynote remarks for this year's PRSK Annual Summit, and particularly for the wise decision of honoring devolution and coming to Homa Bay County, when the general trend is to suffer Mombasa-based syndrome when it comes to events such as this. This huge gathering here today is a testimony of human connection importance in our professions, despite the realization of digital age, where we can conduct most of our businesses virtually. But further, I remember a joke about a gentleman called John who was having a bad day, and he learned in a very remarkable way the importance of human connection.